Folks, back at you with another video. Today I want to talk to you about what you would need to get started in the wrenching business, or being a mechanic. So when I started out cheap. I went to Lowe's. It got me the big mechanic set with the sockets in there. So you got shallows and deep quarter, shallows and deep 3/8, some shallow half inch, and that comes all in that set. You can tell it's Task Force. And these lasted me for a very, very long time. I still have them. So my recommendation is, if you buy a set like that, leave the wrenches out. You don't need them. You're better off to buy those separate. I went to Harbor Freight. Got me these impact sockets. I don't know if you can read it. The Pittsburgh. I'm not sure if you can. But anyway, these are great sockets. They for impacts, they will do a good job. For ratchets, I would recommend to look at either Tecton or Gear Wrench, somewhere in there. They got some great ratchets for the money. You can buy them just about anywhere, readily available. So easy for warranty, stuff like that. And then some Allens. I've got these from SK. As you can tell, I bought this used off eBay. And guys, you can buy a lot of stuff for a fraction of the cost off of eBay. I mean, when you get into some of this stuff and you say, you know what, like for example, Allen wrenches, you can say you need some quality there, because the last thing you want is have them break off. I've not really experienced that much in breaking sockets. So, but Allen wrenches, that's the last thing you want to break. So I went with SK on those. Bought them used off of eBay. They done me very, very well. And then, if you buy the mechanic set, you have extensions. You can always go to flea market, stuff like that. I mean, they have extensions galore. Next best friend would be, adapters and stuff like that. You need some of them. And then breaker bars. And you can laugh all you want, but breaker bars, they can save your ratchet. If you want to squeeze an extra mile out of your ratchet, and you're putting some serious torque on it, and it feels like your ratchet is not going to hold, stop. Go back, go grab yourself a breaker bar and use that instead. If these break, you can weld that nipple back on there and still stretch it for for the end of the week or whatever. They don't have to cost that much. They don't cost that much, and they're cheap. And you can buy those very cheap on flea markets as well. And then another thing here is, like, I've got some of these picks here. These are Metco picks. You can buy those used off of eBay as well. You can save yourself a good chunk of money. And then for pry bars, I've got the Milwaukee's here. You can also look at Mayu for pry bars and the picks. American company, great quality. Excuse me. And they do a lot of rebrands for the big tool trucks. And they're good price. So yeah. Wrenches, I like Gear Wrench. Little secret here, or secret, I don't know, but a little quick tip. If you're afraid about spreading your jaws out, use the box end. Break it loose with the box end first, then switch over. Try to avoid using the open end. Always use the box end first if all possible. Gear Wrench got some great ratchet wrenches. I mean, they'll treat you right, I guarantee you that. They've done me very, very well. I've got some sets that are like 12, 15 years old, or maybe even older. I can't remember. Get yourself some of those cheap picks like this, or from Harbor Freight. Just get yourself some cheap ones, so that way, if you're afraid you're going to booger them up, these only cost $1. Who cares? Right? And then for electrical, this is more than plenty to get started, guys. And if anything else, these are actually preferred for me. This first thing I grab if I just got to test something. Oh, sorry. If I got to test something real quick. It gives you the voltage readout into red and green for positive and negative. Just to get going, that's all you need. Pliers. I would look at the vice grips. These been with me for a long time. Used them a lot. They hold up really, really well. They're for the money. They are very hard to beat. And then for the other pliers, you need some of these. Just buy yourself some cheaper ones. You don't use these every day, so I wouldn't spend the big dollars. And trust me, this stuff right here, and the electrical stuff and wrenches, you'll spend more money on that than you do on your sockets. So here, another great set of Allen wrenches right here. These are my old Cobalts. I love these. They got the rounded head on one end and the regulars on the other, and you can tell, I mean, they've been used and abused, and they hold up, and they're a good bang for your buck right there. If you ever need to work on tie rod ends or stuff like that, this right here, I mean, this Mamma Jamma right here, I mean, it will do the job. This is a great tool. You want to slip a pipe over it, you slip a pipe over it and just reef on it. So, yeah. And then for oil filters and stuff like that, just get yourself a couple of the clams. For hammers, I would look at an E-Swing. This is my most used hammer. I use this all the time. I don't really need a big one. I love the short handle one. If you're limited in room, you can still use this. You got enough room to swing. Get yourself a rubber mallet like this or something like that. You need a couple files. Get some cheap drill bits. These are from Harbor Freight. You booger them up. You don't have to cry about it. These right here, if you ever need to clean the threads out or something like that, just get yourself a bolt, cut a slot in them. See that? And then run it down into the hole. And you can clean the threads out. This is a poor man's way of doing it. And you can do that with all kinds of sizes. I mean, I used to do this a lot, especially if I was out in a field. You didn't have the right size. You just grab the old bolt, cut a slot in it, run it down in a hole, and you clean the threads out just like that. Then the next thing I would like to talk about is stay off the tool truck, guys. I mean, you don't need to be on there. You're not a pro yet. You want to make sure that you want to make this your future. So that's why I recommend to start cheap, get into it, get going, and then after a couple of years you say, you know what, I really want to do this for a living, go for it. and don't, if you're in a student program or something like that, don't buy Snap-on sockets. Buy the Snap-on torque wrenches. You can buy those for half money. Those will never come on sale. And sockets and wrenches, you can always buy BOGO deals and stuff like that. So save your money on that and just spend it on a good torque wrench. That would be my biggest recommendation. And then, buy the cheaper set to get going and go from there. Power tools or air tools, get something like this. You can put different chucks in them, 1/2 inch, 3/8. You got one tool that can, accommodate your sockets, and it'll be just fine. Let me see here. Do we have anything else? These are my very first torque wrenches right here. These are cheap. So cheater pipe. Some axle sockets right there. Get yourself a knee pad. Save your knees, guys. Pulley puller right there. And you see, if you save yourself the money, instead of buying the expensive sockets and wrenches, you can actually buy some specialty tools that you really need. You need yourself a couple good flashlights. These have served me well for quite some time. The gear wrench ones. They're magnetic. So they work pretty good. I enjoyed them for a good long while. And you can tell this one is being used so much, it's just wore off, the gear wrench lettering. So yeah, and trying to do it without debt, guys. That will be your lifesaver. Do it paid for at first, for sure, and then go for there. You never know if the shop is going to close up or not, or if you're going to get fired or not. You want to make sure that you secure yourself, and this way, if you don't have any monthly payments, you don't have to worry about it. You can just go. This is my Matco toolbox or tool cart that I got. I bought this thing for $700 on Marketplace. It's amazing what you can buy used. Somebody's in a pinch, somebody needs some money. It don't sound fair, but you know what? One's death is the other's bread, as we call it. So, yeah. If you got any questions or any remarks, please leave them in the comment box. And please like and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one. All right, guys. Peace out.